Hello, I lived both in the US and in Europe, and a friend from Germany asked how the US is different from the EU when it comes to the attitude towards technology. Well, here's a European, hello, and here's an American, hello. Let's give them an iPhone and see what they have to say. Okay, this is great to show off and show you have money. What? An iPhone is okay price for most people's salaries. I put on my credit card or I can get it with a plan with 5G and everything for $7 a month. This isn't how it works here. Nobody has the crazy credit limits you guys have. An iPhone means that you're the type of person that would spend €1,000 in cash to show off. So point number one, technology in the US is much cheaper in relative terms. But why do you say show off? With the latest iPhone I can replace an expensive camera and do banking safely. I can also use apps that save money and time. I can have a bottle of wine scanned, ordered and get it delivered to my home with just 2 clicks. I buy local wine and it's dead cheap. If there was such an app here, I would get wine posted to me from Germany. It would take weeks and it would be expensive. Apple got one thing right. It took all those computer things and made them as easy to use as possible. They are appliances for us. Hey, most of those apps don't make sense in Europe. None of my friends has FaceTime, so network effects don't work. Popular apps like Facebook work equally well on Android. I don't need the iPhone camera. If I needed it, Samsung would give me more megapixels for less money. I wouldn't pay $1 for megapixels. iPhone gives Instagrammable photos at the click of a button, and I don't even know or care how many megapixels its sensor has. Any phone makes nice photos for Instagram now. But iPhone? There's barely any info on iPhone in Polish, Greek or Italian. It might have cool integrations Samsung doesn't have, but I can't find or use them. Okay, so why don't you go to the Apple Store? There is no Apple Store or any form of support in most countries in the EU. If something breaks, you must go to a dodgy corner shop and hope they can repair it. Whoa, alright, but you know what? If you don't have the latest tech, you can't compete, man. What? What do you mean compete? I can get a video done in 10 minutes with an iPhone. If I don't buy tech, my competitor will buy, and they will outprice me, and I will end up broke and homeless. It wouldn't increase my productivity because I don't use tech that professionally, and the competition isn't as cutthroat as you guys. You don't know how to live and enjoy life.
Order! Order! Very rude!
Point number two. Technology in the US makes way more sense than in the European Union because it gives competitive edge, has a quick return over investment, and the network effects make it a necessity. We enjoy life faster and more deeply than you because we do more things and technology helps. Of course we have to deal with all the scams and all the tech that doesn't work. What do you mean scams? You don't have scams in Europe? No, we made them all illegal. Yeah, we made them illegal too. I think even scams are not profitable in Europe. Kidding, right? No, to have a call center with agents that speak the language and hope they will ring someone who has tons of money and is kind of confused, that sounds way more likely in the US than in Europe. I still believe we have better regulation. I bet you do. So many people work on it. GDPR, for example, how successful that was. Every site now has an irrelevant banner spamming us with European virtue signaling over their dislike of cookies. No, seriously. Okay, back to the topic. I get the scams, but why do you buy products that don't work? Advertising. People promise whatever. If enough people buy it, they might even create the product. What? That is illegal, right? Isn't it? It depends. The first iPhone couldn't do anything. They were selling the dream and we bought it. 5 versions later, it started doing stuff. Nobody complained. We were part of the journey. It's the best that money can buy. We, consumers, made iPhone happen and the world followed. Well, we get crap products with no support, so we won't pay for it and use, for example, piracy because it makes sense. If and when the product is good enough and serves Europeans, we will spend some money on it. And probably will be disappointed because it won't be as good as we imagined. Yes, America is thought as a military power, but what it really offers is a vast, sophisticated, 300 million people market with a single culture where novelty and taking risks are appreciated. This is why much of the product development happens here, and this is why products often serve the US market much better than any other market. Finally, point number 3. In the US, technology finds you through advertising and product development. In the EU, if you want novelty, you have to go look for it. The US market is a unique asset. As they become more wealthy, China and India might make the US market look like European market. Difficult, conservative, and overregulated. Okay guys, thanks for joining. This was a great discussion. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. And of course, nothing is absolute. You will find exceptions for everything. iPhone was just an example, but the same arguments will likely work for any consumer or industrial technology. To summarize, this is the American view of technology.